Hey there, CPS addiction peer specialist. I'm Dan Francis with Orbiit Recovery, and I would love to present to you a new opportunity. Something that I saw on the National Alliance of Peer Recovery Specialists was that people are really upset with the pay. And I thought, we've created the Orbiit Recovery Program, which is entirely peer based. The foundation of it is peer. That's how we get well, right? One peer helping another. Why not have Orbiit Recovery guides? People to guide folks from the world into recovery, into the Orbiit program, and make a decent living doing it. It's possible. We're going to be launching this brand new recovery thing based on the Smart Mind model that is unique to the Orbiit Recovery program. And what the Smart Mind model mostly works with is this really odd scientific thing called machine-induced neural development. In other words, we use artificial intelligence to read people and understand where they're coming from and know where they're going to go, and we give them coursework based on that. It's a brand new way to go about things, at least as far as recovery is concerned, but there's tons of data about how people learn in other environments that very same way. Do you want to be a part of that? You can earn $175 to $250 per person that you help guide into Orbiit. That's crazy because there's no cap on that. There's no limit to that. If you can do 10 a month, 20 a month, 30 a month, you'll get paid that way. And how that works is it starts off the first 5 pay $175, and then everything after that pays $250 per person that you guide into Orbiit. And when you do that, what do we mean by guide into Orbiit? Well, what we mean is you're going to take that initial phone call from what is an artificially intelligent agent. You're going to answer that call, and you can do this when you're available. It's not like you got to sit in a cubicle or anything like that. It's a remote position. So wherever you like to go. In fact, if you join our team, if you want to be a part, if you want to bring people into Orbiit, we'll give you a place to be right here in Cumming, Georgia, right at the city center at a place called Pop-In. It's a shared work environment. They got Cokes there and refreshments and coffee and all that, like right there. It's a great place to work, and you'll be able to go 8 to 5 there if you want to. You'll always have that option. In any case, you take that phone call and you help them get set up in the Orbiit system. And what does that mean? Well, it means that you connect them to the Orbiit app, the program app, that you help them make sure they get their wristband on. And this wristband actually detects alcohol consumption. So it's mostly for people that are using alcohol. And you guide them into getting started and what the classes are. Help them for a week or so. And then hopefully by then they've moved into the Orbiit community. And if not, you edge them that way. That's how you do it. So it's a customer service, but it's the most beautiful kind of customer service, in that you're walking people to a brand new life. Well, like you experienced, right? You'll be that person for somebody else. So I hope you take this opportunity, because I think, my belief, after many years in recovery, is the best person is somebody who's walked the path. The only person can honestly show us the way, especially getting started, is someone who's walked the path. Now, they do have options for professional care. We've partnered up with online-therapy, online-therapy.com, where they can do cognitive behavioral therapy. They also have Orbiit. Orbiit is a artificially intelligent or a machine learning chatbot that is specializing in 5 therapy models and 12-step programs. So you can ask Orbiit a lot, and he's getting better and better and better at what he does. You can use Orbiit to answer questions while you're on the phone with a prospect. Yeah, it'll answer those questions too, because Orbiit's pretty much an expert at Orbiit. And how the class work, and this is really different, is delivered to the folks that you help guide into Orbiit is amazing. And I want to tell you more about it. So if this interests you, making $175 to $250 per person that you help guide into Orbiit, if that makes sense, well, here's how you do it. What you'll receive is a link, an affiliate marketing link is what they often call, but it's really just a link that registers all this to you. And once you get that link, you can start to do this. Once you guide people into Orbiit, a series of events will happen, and we'll go through this all in the webinar. And I want you to sign up for it. Sign up for it now. All you do is click through this ad, and sign up for the Orbiit webinar, and you can learn a lot about it. There's no limit. You just join the team, and we'll be glad to have you on board. If you want the office space, if you live near Cumming, Georgia, we're glad to make sure you get it. But in any case, what we want you to do is be ready to help people find a new way of living. The Orbiit thing, just one more thing. You know, there's a lot of different, like almost denominational, dogmatic things out there. Like, I don't do 12-step. I do 12. I like smart recovery. Orbiit transcends all of that. The way artificial intelligence works in Orbiit, the way we've trained Orbi to be, is that Orbi will address that person in the moment. Yeah, it's going to get an idea of what they need right now and send classwork that's based on real-time circumstances, real-time states of mind. So it's intervening in small little tidbits all day long. Orbiit, it's a brand new thing. Get on the call. Let me tell you more about it on the call. I look so forward to meeting you. And once you decide you're going to do this, remember, you can do this part-time. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to change anything. We'll need a lot of people answering the phone overnight, and we'll tell you how that whole thing works. So I look forward to seeing you, the certified peer specialist with an emphasis in addiction, on this call. Thank you for your time, and let's put some people into Orbiit.